Welcome to the second day of the 11th World Nations Dragon Boat Championships in Szeged, Hungary. I'm Rich Smith. I'm with Murray Jones. It's another beautiful day, and we've all been waiting for this moment, really, to get to the stadium, to the beautiful Olympic Stadium, where we've been treated so well over the last few days by the lovely Sophia, who has been so like a mother to us, really. So thank you, Sophia. But we are here for the racing. Today is the 1,000-meter racing, and of course, yesterday was the 2,000-meter racing. I hope you managed to tune in and see the results that you wanted, and get a glimpse of your friends and family that maybe were competing yesterday. But today is the 1,000 meters, so half the distance again, half the time in terms of the minutes it takes to complete the race. And unlike the 2,000 meters, which was a circular course, this will be linear, straight lines. And I think we're nearly ready for the start. So I'm going to hand you, without further ado, to Murray Jones. Murray, how are you doing?
Yeah, well, the setup here is rather better than the way we started yesterday. The racing now, yesterday was all heats, so all finals rather. Now today there are going to be heats, and for this one each heat winner goes direct to the grand final at 11:45, and then the rest go to the semi-finals. And I'm trying to position myself in the middle between the speakers for the local commentary. Hopefully we can get that a little bit better later on. But they are now underway. The race has started. In lane 1 is Ukraine. They're in yellow, Great Britain in blue, Canada red and dark grey, Australia red and gold, and Hungary with red, white and green on their shoulders. So I'm going to go inside now, because try and get away from this noise. Just hold on for a minute.
In lane number 1 Ukraine, lane number 2 Great Britain, lane 3 Canada, lane 4 Australia, and lane 5 Hungary.
So you've got it twice there. Right, now, because what we can't do is to see what's actually on the camera, so we can talk about it. But I'm going inside to get out of the noise, and I'm going to be watching now on a big screen. I'm trying to see. Well, lane 3 looks to be pretty good. Canada again. Canada came up with oodles of golds and silvers yesterday. They've been really practicing well. This race should be somewhere in the region just under 4 minutes for 1,000 meters. And you can see they're beginning to take shape now. Lane 3 and lane 5 look to be in the lead, with lane 4 between them. So remember, it's only the first one that sort of goes straight to the semi-finals. The grand final, I should say. And when we see the photograph on the screen, don't forget that's the unofficial finish. We have to wait for all any causes to be resolved by the chief official before the official results come out. But that looks like a pretty good stroke. And I work on the way of you look at the tops of the hands there. It's just a slight, not quite synchronized between the back left and back right. You see, all the hands should come up together. Australia now increasing their pace, doing their best to have a go at Canada. And in the background is the umpire watching for any little problems that might arise. Somewhere I'd rather be, but I'm inside now talking about these races. So the camera's just concentrating on those two, because they're coming together in the picture. I'm quite sure that the others are working just as hard.
Utolsó
You
200
see China got, Canada got good synchronicity there.
Kanadai first position.
Australia and Hungary
Second,
doing well.
Hungary, and third, Australia winning
Great
straight.
Britain there on the left-hand side.
Kanada vezet. Második
We had two umpires, so one for each half of the course.
Ausztrália előtt most kell szurkolni nagyon,
Great Britain and Ukraine there at the back.
hogy meglegyen az a
Yeah, I think
második hely.
it's a foregone conclusion.
Canada is very strong.
The wires that you can see across the bottom left hand of the picture are going to be an overhead camera from the 500 meters onwards. But it looks like Canada have got that. They've got a very efficient stroke.
In first place,
They've upped their rate a little bit the last few yards.
Ausztrália jött be, de szorosabb jött
Coming past us, and that's it. Wonderful.
Australia second, then Hungary third.
1, 2, 3, 4 coming along, 5 coming along.
And in fifth position, Great Britain.
There they are.
Tehát Kanada,
Of course, there might be a little bit of tactics in that because only the first one goes through to the grand final. The rest go to the semi-final. So if you don't come first, perhaps you go along slightly less stressful, relax a little bit, save your energies for looking for a place in the final when you're in the semis. So the way I read that was Canada, Hungary, Australia, and then Great Britain, Ukraine, Great Britain.
A Cseh Köztársaság hármas pályán Egyesült Államok,
So
négyes pályán
I
Németország,
haven't got a stopwatch timing. I can't see one on the board. That's roughly 4 minutes or so for that.
Team number 4, Germany.
And there's a racing, they race 10 minutes apart. And so the next race will be 4 crews. In lane 2 will be the Czech Republic, lane 3 United States, lane 4 Germany, and lane 5 Slovak Republic. There's a close-up of the Hungarian team, and it's that first part of the stroke they've got to dig that paddle into the water, and you can see the spray coming up off the bow. That's and there's the Canadian, different stroke, and it works well for them, as you can see when they come across the finish. Australia came in ahead of Hungary by the look now. Yes. You can see the results when you go on the IDBF website. The results come out at about the same time as we hear about them on the IDBF website. Don't forget, tell your friends, get your neighbours to watch when you've got people paddling that you know, and looking at www.idbf.org/live. There is another one, but my brain can't cope with 2 at the moment. You can see they're getting ready now, the umpire's just checking. They have a wonderful starting system here. They've got 2 rows of the bright orange boys, and then they have sort of a cup arrangement, and they've got to get the nose of the boat into that cup, and then the cups all come down together to let them go. So it is designed for rowing and canoeing, of course, and we've adapted it slightly for dragon boats. If anybody wants to try and paddle early, that cup will go down and a buzzer will happen, and that's an automatic false start. They don't get too many chances if they keep doing that. Don't forget, put the heat winners going direct to the grand final at 11:40. 2.5 hours time. We are now at GMT plus 2 hours, at Central European time now, which is 9:15 for us, and so the first race has just finished. The 9:10 race is just about to start. A little bit of a delay always at the start, with everybody hooking up to their bits and their various places where they got to get wires and things loaded, and still people putting in equipment and things all over the place. We're in the press room, so we're expecting, there's the result come up now. Canada, 4 minutes 4 seconds. Australia, 4 minutes 9.23. Hungary, 9.50. I didn't get the timing for the others. I spotted that a little bit late. We have no control of what's being shown on the screen. So I'm watching the big screen here rather than the what is going out on the web. So please excuse me if I'm talking about something you can't see, but that's what the local editor of the local or the producer of the local channel stream is coming up with. Our producer said it's working for us. That's good. Right, we're about 25 minutes out of the town of Szeged. Yesterday we had the 2,000 meters on the river in the center of the town. Quite a big crowd watching. It's always an eventful thing. One or two boats had collisions, and the team captains were summoned for a little bit of a verbal wigging. What's going on? You'll notice beyond the boats on the start, there's some water there, and that's where the boats go up to the start, so they're not interfering with the actual course. And it won't happen. It won't. I hope it won't matter too much. But there's a man standing directly between me and the big picture. We'll have to ask him to move so I can see who's doing what. So they must be very close to being started. Of course, one of the things that have to happen between races, when a race is finished, we've got to get the timings verified by the chief official that is that is the official result. And by the time that's come out, then we go. Then we can tell the starters to get going, and there they are. They're off to this race. Right, now here they go. Lane 2, Czech Republic. Lane 3, United States. Lane 4, Germany. Lane 5, Slovak Republic. Slovak Republic have come up with occasional surprises. I think they won the Europeans a couple of years ago. Nobody had heard of them before, and that's them now. That's the Slovak Republic on not 100% synchronized on the hands coming up at the top of the paddle, but they're certainly pushing a good pint of water away on there. And there's the umpire coming behind them. I think I'd rather be on the water than watching, but then everybody's got a row. It's difficult at this angle to see, but it looks like Slovak Republic and Germany are doing pretty well. I just have to look at the shape of the line. There's the German crew. Better synchronization of the hands at the top there. And the paddle recovery should be the same all the way back through the boat, so that you don't have to hurry to get in position for the next stroke. And on the left now, the United States. And I think Slovak and Germany look to be just ahead of the United States. They haven't shown us, there's the United States. They're pretty together. They're slightly less, a slightly greater pace rather. And they're using the water well. Oh, now that's good to see. Germany ahead of USA, ahead of Slovak Republic. But don't count out the Slovaks just yet, because they come up with something special at the last bit of the race. There's USA now gone ahead. USA now they've coordinated themselves into a federation. Must be very difficult to get their best paddlers from east and west of the United States together to form a team, but they've been well drilled. And that's Germany. I mean, even getting to some of their meetings, and the ones in Great Britain, the teams have to do a lot of travelling, and of course our friends in Australia got the same sort of problem. The cameras haven't shown us the Czechs yet, maybe because they've been out of picture on the left, who knows. Somebody opened the door in front of us just then, so that's the difference of the local sound. It's up all the way along the course, so I don't think I'll find anywhere quiet to talk to you. Right, now this is the crunch part of the race now. Slovaks, we've seen before, they sort of hold that position where they are now, and suddenly the last 50 metres they put on the power and surprise everybody. People think that they got this race won when suddenly they come along and win by a short head or something. But I think Germany have got that. They've upped their rate now. They're going faster, getting closer to the finish. Wish I could see the drummer drumming. These are traditional boats. There's nothing. It's not original, as it were, modern. So if the drummer isn't beating the drum, then it's not a dragon boat. It is a dragon boat if we're following the original tradition. Oh, that's very close, isn't it? Coming up to the finish. Oh, USA, and then Germany. Oh, they crept up very quickly. Well done, USA. I haven't seen the Czechs come along yet. They'll be around. And this is the time when sometimes in slightly less trained crews we get the boats rolling over because people want to celebrate and they don't think so much about the balance of the boat, and suddenly it starts turning. I'm just looking, well, maybe the Czechs have had a problem. Well, there is something coming along, I can't see. I'll have to. Oh, don't see the Czech Republic there. So I'll be keeping my eye open for the result there. Around about 4 minutes 6 seconds is the time to beat. And of course the timings of everybody in this race will depend on the position they are in the semi-finals and finals. And the central boat gets the best lane, or the lead boat gets the best lane in the centre. So we should see, ideally, we should see at the finish a sort of a V shape of boats coming along, the fastest ones. But as I said before, the people have been holding back a bit. Could well spoil that shape. There we go. That's the cup that comes down to hold the boats. You do 3 or 4 really big deep strokes, and then you speed up. You can see the bow wave starting to work, and now there's the bow wave moving back. A large number of spectators around the place. The ladies have just seen themselves on the big screen. It's about 34-35 degrees here at the moment. Hazy sun, so which means it's about an 80% humidity, which makes life a bit hard. There are 4 minutes 5, just a little bit faster than the first race. USA 4 minutes 5, Germany 4 minutes 5.6, Slovak Republic 4:17, and Czech Republic didn't start. So that 4, 5, 6. That's about the time to match other people. Of course, this is the senior A. Senior A means they're the over 40s. We've got senior A, B, and C nowadays. There's the finish line. Oh, look at that! Just a little bit more than a dragon's whisker ahead of the other crew. So senior A's are the over 40s, senior B over 50s, and senior C over 60s. And the Master Dragons, the Grand Dragons, and the Silver Dragons. And it's interesting that amongst these folks, the older ones probably raced against each other in Yuyang in China back in '95, and as they've got older, they've created new classes to have a race. So what the next one's going to be, who knows? It'll be great granddads. Just for a moment, here comes Rich.
Thanks very much, Murray. Who do you reckon, in your opinion, won that last race then again? The
USA.
USA.
Yeah. USA, Germany, Slovak Republic. Didn't start.
So that's the first two races underway then, and I'll be passing you back to Murray very, very shortly. But hope you're enjoying the coverage so far. We're hearing from our technical teams that everything's hunky-dory. We've got great wireless, great interaction with everything. Enjoy the coverage, and back to Murray for the start of this next race.
Right, here we are again now, another boat, another start. Umpire at the back there just gone to see that everybody's done the thing properly to get into those cups that hold the dragon's head. There seem to be an awful lot of people around here. Most of them seem to be something to do with either the organisation or the paddlers themselves. We'll probably expect to see some of the public coming in. It's a great grandstand above where we are situated now, and we hope to see that they will make it worthwhile to see this racing. This is great. Yeah, there's the dragon's head coming into the cup. So the boats are not being held, they're not freestanding. They try and nudge forward, the cup will lean forward, and they will get a sharp word from the starter. And I should think that's probably difficult when they've got a following wind to keep the boat straight and not nudge into that. But so next, what will happen is that the starter in the sequence will be, "Are you ready?" When, if there's anything going with the boat not quite straight or something like that, then the drummer will put a hand up on the "Are you ready?" When all the hands are down, they get attention and then go, and there it is. There's the start. Right now, this race now. Oh, we got 6 boats planned. I think we can see Japan there. Premier mixed 1,000 metres. That's the mixed class. In the mixed class, there must be at least 8 females in the boat. Lane 1 will be Puerto Rico. Lane 2, Australia. Lane 3, United States. Lane 4, Great Britain. Lane 5, Hong Kong. And lane 6, Japan. There's a wide range of countries. And I think this is the second time that I've seen Puerto Rico. They came to the Tampa World Championships. And of course in the next race we'll see Trinidad and Tobago, a very happy band of people who seem to like singing everywhere they go. Now from this angle, what should we think? I think the ones on the right probably looking the best at the moment. That's Great Britain. Looking at them, I think that's the style of GB. That's the Australian team. So you don't need to bring the top hand down too far because it takes time to recover. So you keep the top hand fairly high and keep the paddle fairly as near vertically as you can between strokes. See the United States team there. There's some difference in how people bring their paddles back. And they have to react just that little bit faster. There's Great Britain. The dark blue with the red and white on the shoulders. And they seem to be doing fairly well. Where's Japan in this little lot? And lane 3, United States, takes that there. Followed by lane 2. United States. You see 1 or 2 paddles. They kind of should all come back at the same angle, and everybody is using the same amount of energy between strokes to get the paddle back in the water level with everybody else. You see 1 or 2 of the paddles. It's not quite. The tips are not. It's not all slightly different levels off the water. And when they're in training, sometimes you get a video of that and do some freeze framing and saying this is where the paddle's got to be at the end of the stroke. And it seems fairly tight there, doesn't it? USA, Great Britain, Australia in frame at the moment, or should I say in order from left to right. Australia, USA, Great Britain. Paddles being dug in nice and deep. You've got to use the whole of the paddle. No point leaving some of it in the fresh air. Get that paddle digging deep. There they go. That looks good. Paddles they're pretty parallel all the way down the boat, which is good. Everybody's doing their bit. And that boat's singing along. You can see the boat's wake. Nice shape going along down the boat. Looks like Japan didn't go in for this one, or maybe not even Hong Kong. I can only see three. There's a boat on the left there, Puerto Rico. They're a little bit behind. They're still learning. It wasn't that long ago that they got any boats to race. They'll come along, I'm sure. Right, so it looks like USA will be going forward. USA, Australia, Great Britain coming up to the line. USA, Great Britain, Australia by fraction. However, Great Britain and Australia will be seeing each other in the where are we? No, the first two crews in each heat go to the semi-finals of this race, and the remainder go to repechage. And so we'll have one more race to find out who goes into the semi-finals. Good. And that's it. They're still pretty well together when they're sort of cooling down. You'll notice in the boats, and I'll try and look at that in the next race, the steerer, some of the steerers take the paddle out of the water when they don't need to use it for steering. And they'll know their own crew by the balance of the paddling. There, that's the start.
Lane number 2, második pályán, Hungary,
digging in, making that water work for them. Premier mix, don't forget, that's minimum of 8 females in the race. There's the steerer taking his paddle out of the water, and that cuts drag. And he might find another 1/10 of a second. And there's the timings now. 4 minutes 5.4 for USA. I wonder if that was the right one. USA, Slovakia came up on the screen there. I think somebody pressed the wrong button. Oh dear, never mind. We'll soon find out. That was the result of the previous race on the screen. We have no way of working this. This is the crew's assembly area, or their resting area between the races. You see the bright yellow of Canada up there. And that's Slovak Republic just in front of us. Some blue shirts, could be well at the top of the picture, Great Britain. And the Chinese bring a number of great big Chinese flags with them. Okay, this is like it, yes. United States, 4 minutes 3.3. Great Britain, 4 minutes 3.9. Australia, 4 minutes 4.3. And Puerto Rico, 4:20.6. I wish Rich was around and he'd mark up his program so we can work out who's going through. Only the first two going forward to that. Yeah. Right, now we're going to start looking for the next race now, and all the bays don't seem to be full at the moment. I wonder why. I'm just checking my timing. Yeah, we should be on time. Looks to me very much like Hong Kong on that race, in that boat. But we shouldn't have that. That'll be Poland. That'll be China. Now, the next race is, in lane 1 will be Trinidad and Tobago in the bright red. Lane 2 will be Hungary. That's the Hungarian team. You can see the red, white and green on the shoulders. Lane 3, Germany. Lane 4, China. Lane 5, Poland. And you'll see the Chinese next to the Polish, how different the strokes are if they're similar teams to the ones we saw yesterday. China go off like it sounds almost, they're beating the drum, sounds almost like an old diesel tractor or a fishing boat. Thump, 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 thump. And it's a very steady rate, and they seem to keep it up all the time. Hopefully their open team, they changed their stroke yesterday to almost like a Western style. Now they're off. Those first few strokes really frantic. See in the middle there, they're going really fast, as are the Chinese. The Chinese creating a lot of splash now. Well, I was umpiring in some of the internationals, the Chinese, I'd be following the race there as an umpire like that one, and that's Trinidad and Tobago. But with China, you'd see sort of a patch of spray with a dragon's tail coming out of the back, and that's rather fun to watch when they really get going. That's lane 1, Trinidad and Tobago. Lane 2, Hungary. Lane 3, Germany. Lane 4, China. Lane 5, Poland. Now the Polish team seem to be, as you can see there on the right there, you look at the little black patches of the paddles as they come out of the water, they're not all exactly the same. You look at the Chinese there, and here in Hungary, they're almost the same angle coming back. So the profile of the boat, just one or two there who bring their top hand too low, so the paddle goes back closer to the horizontal. But the Chinese are motoring on this one, they really are. They're second from the right. There's a German crew. The drummer urging them along. Cameras haven't looked at China yet, we'll soon see them. Here they come, look at that. Almost as one, they've been very well drilled. And it's Poland, a little bit ragged looking. The paddles are not coming back at the same angle. And that makes a difference, you've got to hit that water spot on, not even 0.1 of a second later than anybody else. And here they come now. Chinese don't seem to do it, they put up their rate now. You can see they're going faster stroke now. And here comes Trinidad and Tobago. They came in at the Tampa Championships. And I heard their first, there's China really going out. They came, Trinidad and Tobago, the first big dragon boat event they had something like 6,000 contestants. They came very popular very quickly. Well done, Trinidad and Tobago. There's China working away. See, a little bit of shoulder, slight twist of the body, but spot on timing. And they seem to be able to do that all day long at that pace. Makes me tired to watch. I haven't got the whole picture now, but they seem to be very close with Poland on the far side, who are surprisingly. Poland always there and thereabouts, but not quite so much close. But on the left, you can see some very, very deep digging by Hungary. A lower rate, digging deep and hitting that wall hard. Germany in the middle is about halfway between what the Chinese are doing and the Hungarians are doing. Looks like Poland seem to be holding. See, they're doing a slower stroke but digging deep. And now Chinese are getting going. See that spray they're kicking up. It's great to watch. When you're in China watching their events, you see a whole row of boats, 8 boats across, and sometimes 50-man boats. You get 250,000 spectators watching. Look at that, they're so close.
And it seems to...
Yeah, there goes China.
Germany, no, China, Poland.
China, Germany and Poland perhaps, who knows. And they deserve to get their breath back.
Germany, Hungary.
They have to balance the boat I always say that because we've got one. I think they're all through now, are they? I can still hear somebody beating the drum. Yeah, Trinidad and Tobago coming along. Well done, them. Very, very keen, enjoying the sport. We'll see them getting better. Yeah, when you've finished a race like that and you stop, the boat could wobble around a bit, but you put your paddles, the tips on the water, and if the boat does start lurching your side, then you push the paddle against the water and it brings the boat upright. Hopefully. Right, so I'm just watching for the results. Just 1 second. Here's Phil.
Go to the semi-finals. Ebből a futamból így tehát Kína és Lengyelország úgy tűnik, hogy bejut a középdöntőbe. Szeretném mondani, hogy ezek természetesen még nem hivatalos eredmények. Ahogy megkapjuk a hivatalos eredményeket, egyből fogjuk önöket tájékoztatni.
There's a nice close-up of the teams in slow motion.
It will tell you immediately.
There's a drum being well and truly hit. That's what a dragon's all about. Right, there's results. China 4 minutes 4.1, Poland 4 minutes 4.6, Germany 4 5.1, Hungary 4 5.6, and Trinidad and Tobago 4 33.2.